Hello everyone, my name is Addison Whitney. I'm 17 years old and I'm going into my senior year of high school. The first career I chose was a marketing manager. I've always known that I wanted to go into the business field, and I also believe I'm a very creative person, so marketing fits well with me. In addition, I've held many leadership positions at my school and therefore have experience with leading projects. So being a manager would allow me to further explore that. The second career I chose was a fashion designer. This includes creating clothing, shoes, and accessories. I'm interested in this career as I would love to pursue a career that allows me to channel a creative outlet, and I find this career very interesting. The salary for a marketing manager may differ based on region and rank. However, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, the median annual wage in May 2024 was $161,030. However, it is important to consider that the highest 10% in this group earn no more than $81,900 per year, and the highest 10% earned over $239,200. The salary for a fashion designer can also differ greatly. The median annual wage in May 2024 was $80,690, with the lowest 10% earning less than $35,970 and the highest 10% earning over $169,620,000. It is clear that the wage can range greatly. For marketing managers, most employers require applicants to have at least a bachelor's degree. Most of the time, the degree is in the business field. However, a similar field such as communications is also acceptable. There are employers that prefer a master's degree, but this simply depends on the company. For fashion designers, most of them usually have a bachelor's degree in either fashion design or fashion merchandising, or in a fine arts field. In programs such as this, students can work on projects where they learn about different kinds of fabrics and textiles. These can be added to their portfolio, which shows their abilities and can be added to contests. For some of the schools of art design, students are required to complete basic design courses before. To be a marketing manager, there are many important skills required to excel in the field. You must have good interpersonal and communication skills, as you must be able to work with all kinds of people. You must also have organizational skills that allow you to manage your time and follow budgets. This will allow you to be as successful as possible. Next, you must have decision-making skills. It is important to be decisive because you oversee deciding what marketing strategies you will use. Having analytical skills is also important, as it will be used to evaluate trends and strategies in the industry. Lastly, creativity is important in this position, as you must be able to imagine new ideas. For a fashion designer, there are also some significant qualities needed when going into this occupation. Similarly to a marketing manager, you must also have communication and decision-making skills. However, you must also be very detail-oriented. Small changes in color or texture can make a huge difference in designing clothing. You must also have well-developed computer skills, such as designing and editing, since most of it is done on computer programs now. Having knowledge on the software is key. Lastly, you must be creative and have artistic ability. A huge part of being a fashion designer is having vision and bringing it to life. Therefore, incorporating your imagination is a huge part of the job. This was a very hard decision, as I find both careers very appealing. Ultimately, I chose the marketing manager to be the most appealing career for me. I chose this for many reasons. Firstly, it is important to take the salary into account. When comparing the two, an average marketing manager makes around the same as a fashion designer in the top 10%. Therefore, the marketing manager is much more appealing. Furthermore, as I mentioned previously, I have developed leadership skills through my positions in school, so having a career that allows me to use these skills would be very useful. In addition, while I love the creativity that being a fashion designer would warrant, I think that a career solely based on my imagination would be slightly overwhelming and might stress me out. This is why I like that a marketing manager still encourages creativity and free thinking, but it does not only rely on your own ideas and allows more freedom. Lastly, I chose being a marketing manager because I think this role has more room for interpretation. There are many different fields this can apply to. For example, I can be a marketing manager for a fashion company. This would allow me to still feel a part of the fashion and creative world without the pressure of having to design anything. In 5 to 10 years, I could see myself being a marketing manager for a fashion company. I would like to live in a city such as New York City, as I would still like to be somewhat new. I don't think I'd be too highly ranked. However, I think these years would be vital in aiding me in building relationships and meeting people that would help me in the future. Thank you.